Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 6 of 30 days of sketches, and today is also combined with another YouTube hop called All About the Mouse, where we basically scrap anything Disney related. There's usually a theme. This month's theme as such is just following the sketch from 30 days with a Disney twist. So I've got the theme park Days Flair set, which is inspired by a day at Disney with all the colours and the collections and that. That's from Dottie About Flair. I've got Simple Stories Say Cheese Main Street pulled out, and I'm going to use a combination of the Simple Stories and Echo Park Disney lines. I've got the Mouse Ears stencil from Scrapping Reflections and the repeating Mickey ears. I've got a sheet of Vicky Bootin foundations and a 12 by 12 piece of bubble wrap. I generally don't do mixed media, but I seem to have done it a few times for my YouTube since I started it. But I've seen this on Janet Fritz's one of her videos. I think it might have been a Disney one as well, actually. Over at Galaxy Girl Creations, and I've wanted to try it since, so I thought today was the perfect day to do it. My thinking is that I'm going to do some sort of bubble wrap paint underneath here. So all I've done is pulled out some acrylic paint. I am not a mixed media person at all, so it is just cheap acrylic paint from one of the local stores in the UK. I'm going to give it a try. It might not work as I want it to, but I want to give it a try and see where we go. So I'll just get set up, then I will try and come back and do it on camera with you. So I've pulled out a red, black and blue, which matches the flare set that I pulled out as my sort of colour inspiration. I'm going to get the yellow from other elements, such as stickers and pattern paper. I've never done this before, so let's see how it goes. This is just basic acrylic paint, and I'm concentrating up here and down here like we've got on the sketch. The sketch has got delicate leaves and sort of little shapes at the back. I'm going to go for circles purely because it's nice and easy for my first time doing this. And I'm just going to see how it goes. It's only paper, so if it doesn't work, at least I've tried it. So just painting it on like so. Probably go one more up, like so. So we've got one there, I want one up here. Like that. I just loved the way it looked when Janet had done it on her video. So it's been something I've wanted to try for ages. And I just haven't had the time because there's been so much going on. And I'm really not a mixed media guy. I just don't like the mess. I don't like, I generally don't like the time it takes. But this sketch seemed like the perfect opportunity to at least give it a go. And if I don't like how it turns out, the layout that I end up with will look completely different, and that is absolutely fine. All I'll have lost is a few minutes of my time and a sheet of cardstock. So you will notice that I am coming further out than the sketch and doing a circle very badly. That's better. So something like that. So that is some red. I want to put a bit of black on. Because I don't really do mixed media, these are very cheap paintbrushes, just from a local craft store in the UK. So these are probably not going to help it look good. But until I get into mixed media more. I don't see the point in spending the money on better. So I've got a little circle there. We'll have a little circle here, although that's not quite as little as I intended. There we go. And I just want a pop of blue, that's why I've only put a bit out. Let's look. So I'm going to put, thinking about it, I'm going to have my photos here, so I'm going to put the blue here. Probably not got quite enough out. There we go. So it's very basic. I'm not expecting miracles from this. Then all I'm going to do is pop my sheet of cardstock down, press down on the bubble wrap, focusing on where your paint is, obviously, like so. Got a bit of paint on me, but that's okay. Then pull that off. Oh, I'm quite happy with that actually for a first attempt. So as you can see, you get the real bubble effect on it. So that is my first attempt. That's the right way, isn't it? I'm not sure which way I'll put it yet. I may well have just flipped the sketch unintentionally, but that's okay. So I'm going to leave that to dry for a little while, then come back to it. I do have the stencils as well that I want to add a little bit of detail with, but we'll see how it looks when we start putting the layout together. So the paint has dried on the background sheet now. This is what I have been left with. It's not perfect, it's very distressed, but I like that. It's not the best. I don't think it's the worst for a first attempt. So overall, I'm pleased. I've got all my Disney stash. I'm surrounded by it and I love it. So what I have done, I've done a bit of prep. Here's our sketch. I have flipped it, so I am doing it like this-ish. So my plan is to have a photo here and here. And the photos I am documenting are our 2019 trip to Disney World. This is my best friend Mick. It was his birthday and my birthday, big birthdays, and we met Mickey, so it's just documenting that. I've then cut one more photo circular for up here, and I've also cut a scrapbook custom sheet and a dandelion, I think it is, sheet into circles just to back it, which I thought was a little tiny nod there, nod to the ears. So I've got that there. That's where I'm up to at the minute. To cut my circle, I've got 3 sizes of this circle. So you just put it there, and then there's this blade which goes into there, and you just basically move it. So you can move that, just follow it, and with each circle, so you get 3 circles and you get 2 sizes. And that's X cut, I think, from Do Crafts. So that's where I'm up to. What I've also done, I've gutted the middle of this, which is single-sided, very thin paper, and it's got tone-on-tone blue Mickey heads. And this one is another dandelion. This one is a Star Wars paper from Scrap Your Trip, I think. So I've gutted that, and my plan is, if I move everything else, which I'll go through with you in a moment. My plan is to have that with that on top. So I've got a little black border, and then my layout on top of that. So that's the idea. So I'm pulling the blue and the black. The red I'm going to get from Mickey, the paint and embellishments. So that's where I'm up to with that. Now today's prompt for Scraptember is fussy cutting. So I have pulled out lots of potentials. I have got, jumping ahead now, one step at a time. I've got the middles of those to back some photos. I've also got some strips, and I've still got the scrapping reflection stencil. I'm going to use one or the other to create some strips within the photo clusters. This was another scrapbook customs paper. This one is Magical Birthday Ears double-sided. That amazing star and Mickey heads. I've got that scrapbook customs. This one, that one, and this amazing paper from Reminisce with all those dots and spots and fireworks. So I might bring some of those in, but I might not. We'll see. Then for fussy cutting, I'm not doing an awful lot, but I am going to do a little bit. I don't mind fussy cutting, it's not my favourite, but I do it. I usually do it in front of the TV watching telly with the others. So I thought I could potentially do this, Happy, to use as my title, or Oh Boy, or So Nice to Meet You. Got another Oh Boy, Love with the Mickey ear. This is from the mega pad of A Magical Place. These are photo play, lots of phrases and sentiments. This is also from the Echo Play pad, so I'll fussy cut, it's not really fussy cutting, I'll cut out some of these words. And then from Simple Stories I've got this, which I thought might work. So that's hey there, hello, hi. This, let's chat, I'm all ears, because we did have quite a long chat with Mickey. Kept all the kids waiting a while. Then we got Say Cheese and the camera, and the big ear, which I could layer. So that's where I'm up to. I've got some of the small scraps and 6x8 and 6x6. So I'm going to go and get everything stuck down, get the base down, see what fussy cutting I want to do. Then we shall embellish this Disney layout. We've got everything stuck down now. So I've got circular, and I have layered a couple of circular pattern papers there. And then I've torn the edges of these two just for a bit of extra texture. Now I did go ahead and use my scrapping reflection stencil. I used this one and just popped a Mickey ears there using Catching Grace from Catherine Pooler. Then I used my other scrapping reflection stencil, this repeated Mickey head, just with some, I just used my black blending tool which has loads of ink on it, and just lightly did it through there to give it a bit of extra interest. Got some strips here which I've repeated up here, and then I've popped some flare down as well. So I've used 5 of the theme park days from Dotty About Flair. I've fussy cut lots of phrases from the Echo Park paper and some phrase strips from the other paper, and then from the photo play I've fussy cut the Happy out, which I thought I would use as part of my title, which I was thinking. Oh, so I've also got a load of, these are only a small part of my Disney themed embellishments. I've got Echo Park and Simple Stories mainly. I've got a box full of Disney themed stuff, but I thought let's not get it all out. So what I thought is using this foam piece from Say Cheese Main Street. and Happy Memories as the title. So I'm going to use some square foam dots to pop the happy letters up just to give it a bit of dimension. So let me move this up a bit so you can actually see what I'm doing, would be helpful. So I'm just going to pop a few in the middles. Now this page will have quite a lot of dimensions. I popped this photo up on foam and this one. Then we've also got the flare, which give more dimension, but a lot of my pages are super bulky and it really doesn't bother me. So use some dots for that one. And I'm just going to carry on putting these on, and then I'm going to layer them on my photo a bit, sort of along like this. I'm not going to put them all on foam, so we'll leave that P off. I'll pop that P on foam and we'll leave the Y off. So I'll go and finish this foam dots because you don't need to sit here and watch me put foam dots on, and then we'll come back. That's the title on, so we've got Happy Memories, and I popped some of them up on foam and some of them flat, and I've added the 6th flare from the set. Now I did get some of these from one of the patterned paper, and they're like little flare badges but on paper, so I want to try and get a couple of them in. Now let's have a look. So we've got Meeting the Mouse, so I'm going to pop that up there. Let's pop that up on a little bit of foam. This is where my scrapbooking started, Disney, after this Disney trip, and I wanted to scrap all the photos, and I've still got hundreds, but then I started discovering other scrapbooking. So I will always love scrapping Disney. So there we've got Meeting the Mouse. Now I did want to use some of these, so let's have a look. My favourite characters. I might layer that one up on that flare. I do like to do that with flare, just to give it a bit of interest. So we've got my favourite characters there. Then smiles from ears to ear. So I'm just going to layer some of these behind the flare and embellishments, just as a bit of extra detail. Then, oh, that's not stuck down. There we go. So I've got memories, which I'm going to pop there. So there was a bit of the paint that I'd smudged that was bothering me, so now that's hidden. I have put a foam sticker on top of this. That's just from the Simple Stories, these sort of ones. I have got a heart here, but I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that can go there. I have got a few sets of these foam stickers because they're just amazing. Let's have a look. So it's just layering up. I am going pretty much off the sketch now, but hopefully, I don't know if you can, but hopefully you will see that I started from the sketch. So that's the sketch that we had, and then I have just turned it that way. So I've got this part and this part. I've turned it this way. So I've got two photos and a circular photo. I've got my title. I've not got as much white space. I don't do white space, but I've got more than normal for me. And I have fussy cut my title. It wasn't particularly difficult, but it is cut out. So then pop this one up there. So that just says smiles from ear to ear. I have got that there. That doesn't bother me if I repeat phrases. I know it bothers some people, but it really doesn't bother me. It does bother me if it's not straight though. Although it is my cutting, I don't know what it is, but I struggle to cut a straight line, even if I have a straight line to follow. So let's have a look through the embellishments I've pulled out. So I've got puffy stickers. This is from Remember the Magic and A Magical Place and Say Cheese Main Street. So let's see. Got a yay, which I might layer there. Obviously in all the Disney collections you get the best day ever. I personally don't mind using that because I've heard somebody else, I think it might be Sandy, State Goddess on YouTube. Every day is the best day ever at Disney as far as I'm concerned, so that doesn't bother me. Try and get a heart in there. I really like this camera. And I do like this saying, I don't ever want to grow up. Because we're at Disney and we were like big kids and I loved it. It was just an amazing 2-3 weeks, it really was. I wonder if I can get some balloons in. That works there. So I'm just going through really, seeing what we've got, seeing what we want to add on. I'm not going to add much more. I'm just going to have a look at what we've got here and then we'll come back to finish it off. I think we're nearly done. I've gone through, I've added lots of the fussy cut elements, the little circles, phrases. I've layered some of the phrases. I've added puffy stickers here, there and everywhere. Then I went through and I layered under some of the firework elements. I've mainly used these 3 sticker books, as well as some other bits and bobs. I've still got some enamel dots that we may pop in. And I think I might put a few splatters with the Shimmers Vibes Before Dawn, which is black. I'm pleased with how it's turned out. I love the way everything's layered around and I've used the paint. You can't see much of it now, but it's poking out. And I like that that has been where we've built from, and then I've got these ears poking out. Whether or not I have stuck to the sketch, I'll let you decide. I'm not sure I have really. So there is the sketch for day 6 and it's the one that we're using for All About the Mouse. I've turned it that way. So I've still got the elements, I think, and I've got the photos. That's probably as far as it goes. And it's got mixed media. I've got some acrylic paint and some stenciling. But yeah, I have gone rogue again. So I've cut some paper. I don't mind splatters going on embellishments. In fact, I quite like it, but I don't want it to go on my photos. So I don't want lots of splatters. I just thought a little bit might add to it. It might ruin it, but let's see. I've not covered my circle photo. I'm going to leave it there because it's not splatting how I would particularly like it. Just going to move that out of the way for a minute, guys. So there is. This is why I don't do mixed media, because I'm such OCD with it. But there we go. I do have a new covering for my desk, which you will see popping up one day soon when I've done it. So there is today's finished layout. I'm really happy with it. The splatters aren't ideal, but let's roll with it. It's got nods to the sketch. I'm going to add in, because more is more, right? So let's add in some more, just to finish it off, or ruin it, whichever way that you look at it. So that's probably it. So that is today's layout. Thanks so much for joining me for day 6 of 30 Days of Sketches. Don't forget to check out everybody else. Everybody's links are in the description box below for 30 Days of Sketches and Scraptember, as well as All About the Mouse. I will be back tomorrow with day 7 of 30 Days of Sketches, and I will see you then. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you later. Bye!